Hey guys, welcome to another Ask Mark. If you missed last week, this is the video segment where I just answer your questions. One-on-one, the comments you write in, I get to answer them personally, and it's way quicker than me doing normal videos which take a little while to come out and produce and stuff. I can just pop the camera on and answer your questions immediately, which is really exciting. So I picked a few for this week, and the first one comes from Angela. And Angela says, hi Mark, I'm so happy you're doing Q&As now. Thank you, Angela. I'm happy I am too. As someone who's been single all my life, how do I know if I'm finally ready for a serious relationship? Great question, Angela. Great question. Thank you for writing in. This is a question I get a lot. And a lot of women go, okay, I've been single for a while. How do I know if I'm ready for a relationship? How do I know if I'm ready to jump to the other end? And this is kind of the equivalent to you coming to me and saying, Mark, I'm a great accountant. I've been a great accountant for a long time. But my passion is painting and I want to become a professional painter. How do I know if I'm ready to jump ship? And I say, well, have you painted before? What's your experience in painting? You say, no, never painted, just been an accountant. So how do I know if I'm ready to be a painter? There's a middle ground there, okay? If you were going to do that, you'd go, okay, I'm going to dabble in painting, I'm going to paint on the side, I'm going to get my painting experience up before I go jump ship and become a professional painter. And the same applies here. See, a lot of women think of dating, the middle ground, as like a speed bump, as like this annoying thing that you have to get through so that you can get the relationship you want in the end. Dating isn't a means to an end. Dating is the end into itself. It's like, if you want a great body, if your goal is to have a great body, you can have that goal, but the real goal is just show up to the gym every day. Okay, if you show up to the gym every day, the body's going to take care of itself. Take this channel. I don't set a goal to get a number of subscribers. Like, that's a nice result, but the goal is to keep making great videos for you guys and do it every single week. If I do that, the result is going to take care of itself. So Nikki Goldstein has this great term here. It's called single but dating, and that basically describes the bridge between being totally single and being in a relationship. It's the first step. It's the dabble. It's when you go home from your accountant job and start to paint. Okay, and that's much less of a big step and that's much less intimidating. And when you're meeting men, rather than thinking, oh God, is this guy relationship material? How do I know this? I think he is, now I'm really nervous. You're just thinking, hey, I'm single, but I'm dating. So I would change the question, Angela, to, Mark, how do I know if I'm ready to get out there and still be single, but start dating? And I'd say, awesome question. And look, if you're asking the question, then you probably are ready. There's never going to be a perfect time, Angela. There's never going to be a perfect time to get out there, Angela. So, you know what? If you feel like in your life you're happy with where you're at and you're feeling fulfilled and like you've got stuff going on that you're doing for you, get out there, get out of your comfort zone and do it. Start being single but dating. Katie wrote in with a question too, and Katie said, did you see my email? I'd like to ask you about long distance relationships. How to keep a man thinking of you and have him wanting to meet you again when he's far away. Okay, really good question. Really good question. And long distance is tricky business. Now, I haven't done full videos on long distance. I will have those come out. But here's a little snippet of sort of my thoughts on long distance. Long distance, I'm not a huge fan of. And the reason is, as a dating coach, my goal is to get you into a happy, fulfilling relationship with the right person. Not necessarily with a particular person. Because women come to me and they'll say, hey, this guy treats me like this. Let's say, extreme example, hey Mark, I really love this guy, I really wanted to work with him. He's been cheating on me a lot lately, but I know there's a good side of him and I know he really loves me. I'd be like, bugger that guy, I'm not going to help you get with him, I'm going to help you get with someone who actually deserves you. So for me, it's about getting you the right person, not necessarily that person. And what that means is that in long distance, you have to get to know people. To know if they're the right person for you, you have to get to know someone. You have to be around them. You have to spend time with them. You have to see them on a bad day and how they act when they're stressed and how they act when things aren't going so well. All of this is impossible with long distance. Now, that's not to say it can't work, but a lot of long distance relationships start when you either meet online or you meet in person for maybe a day or two, like on a holiday or something, and then you go long distance after that. You need to be around someone to know if they're compatible for you. You can't read that. You can't know if they're the right person for you without being around them. And that's the hard part with long distance. So here's my advice for today, Katie. The first thing is, if you want to make them miss you and you want to have them think of you, you've got to be talking to them regularly. Once a week minimum, but really twice a week, you've got to be on the phone to that person for a reasonable amount of time, building a connection and building rapport. Now, the second thing that always comes up is, how do I handle the status, the whole what are we thing, exclusive, not exclusive? And here's my advice with this. Unless it's not going to be very long, unless it's only going to be a couple of months before they are in your physical vicinity, it's going to be really hard to be exclusive. And the reason is, it's the old saying, if you cage a bird, all it wants to do is fly away. If you let the bird fly free, it always comes back. And so if you have no opportunity, if there's no future of this guy coming to visit you and being in your physical proximity, then what you want to do is build rapport and build attraction the time he's away, and not necessarily cage him up. Because if you try and cage him, he's just going to want to repel from you and run from you. And you're going to be wasting your own time, because you're investing in someone and committing yourself to being at least mentally exclusive without knowing if he's actually worth it, because you haven't spent time around him. So when you don't try and cage him, instead you're on every Skype call, you're telling him about your great day, your salsa class with your friends, your beach trips with your other friends, the ways you've been working on your goals. When you're doing all that, that guy's constantly going to be thinking about you and wondering, why is this woman not trying to cage me? Why is she so cool and relaxed about all this, that she's not trying to force me into exclusivity? He might hook up with other girls, yes, but he's always going to be thinking about you and missing you and wondering how your value is so high. So when you do actually have the chance to be in person, whether it's 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is, when you do have the chance to be in person together, he is going to want to make that work, and he's going to want to invest. Yes, it's not much fun in the short term to be thinking of him with other people, but in the long term, it's the best way to build attraction and make him miss you. Okay, and final question today is from Tricia. And Tricia writes in, my ex broke up after 9 years of being with me, and then he dated someone else for 2 months. They broke up, and he is now telling me he would want us to have space and just needs time for himself. Before breaking up, I gave him a suggestion. I said, let's have 6 months space instead of breaking up, and he chose break up. It says a lot. Now his rebound has failed, he is turning it around, that he now says we are having space, we have 3 more months left out of the 6. This guy. I feel confused and not sure how to handle this, as you should. He told me that if the rebound had worked, he would have moved on. And during that he would have moved on? Oh, sorry, you're my backup. I would have gone to this other one, but no, that didn't work out, so now you're my backup plan. Then he asked if he would find someone, if I would still be friends with him, and I said no, bloody oath. I told him, I suppose I'm the one who finds someone, and he said that's what he's afraid of and that he would fight for me. Right, so this guy's only willing to fight for you when you have someone else. That speaks volumes, Tricia. I'm just confused because he didn't give me nothing concrete if we will be back together. Tricia, this guy has basically gone off and dated someone else after you tried to make it work, and then he said, oh, sorry, that didn't work. Can we actually do that thing we said before? I kind of like the idea of having a backup, but give me 3 months. Just put your life on hold for 3 months while I go and sort out my shit. Tricia, he can have as much space as he likes. He can go take 3 months, he can take 3 years, he can take 30 years. But do not put yourself on hold for someone who clearly sees you as an option rather than the person he wants, and for someone who thinks they can just disrespect you by putting you on the back burner. Bugger that. This guy's either in or he's out, and by these actions, he is out. This is not cool. Don't ever be someone's option. You are worth so much more than that. You are worth so much to the right person, and you never ever sit waiting, being someone's backup plan while they make up their mind of what the hell they want to do with their life. Tricia, get away from this guy. The only thing worse than spending 9 years with someone like this is spending 10 years with someone like this. Now, who knows? He may get his shit together, and he may, in a year's time, he may say, okay, I've actually figured out my life, and who knows? He may put in the effort, and you might just happen to be single at that point, and things could work out in the future. But do not put yourself on hold for this guy. Right now, his actions are communicating utter rubbish, and you are worth so much more than that. Well, ladies, thank you again for tuning in. Make sure you post all your comments. Again, I'm doing this every single week, and it's really exciting. So post your comments. all the videos. I pick them from all the videos, and of course, even if I don't do yours on video, I am going to answer it in the videos. Sorry, I am going to answer it on the channel myself. So make sure you subscribe, share the channel with your friends. Let's get more people on here. Let's get more involvement. The bigger community we build, the more we can spread positive self-esteem and the message of you are worth it right around to women right around the world. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, pop a like on the video, post your comment. I can't wait to hear from you, and I look forward to chatting to you all next week. Bye guys.